Day 7. Let me pull up the results. We're up $1,000 after 6 days of Zoom sessions, small Zoom sessions, and we're about to go at it again. It's Friday morning here in Asia. The game should be good. Let's see how we do. Just gonna try and play some good poker. That's our objective, same as every day. Table 1 we got the Queen 4 suited. Table 2 top right we got the 9-6 off, and then 7-6 off. Table 3. Got it? I hope you do. I remember to turn the alerts off for today, so you got some peace and quiet. And yeah, feel free to play your own music. It'll go down quite nicely. Won't be clashing with any of my audio. Table 3, we flop a nice top pair on a board that we won't be betting too much. Hand needs tons of protection though, so I will bet, and bet on the bigger side, as it benefits our hand, and also the fact that we're not betting the board that much means when we do, we can have a bigger size. Really nice flop on table 2. Flop and bottom set, the absolute dream. Pretty bad turn in all fairness, but we'll just be calling down and hoping for no ace or king. It is the ace of diamonds. We'd lose to a lot of stuff now. His queens and jacks I don't think are going to value jam. So yeah, we just check back and hope to beat like a 2-pair hand or something like that. I think we'll polarize with the king. And yeah, just check back the 4s. Sadly lose on the river. But yeah, that happens. Ace 8 will just be pure call in. The ace deuce through ace 5 off is the ones we choose to mix as 3 bets. I was just going to re-enter tourney on the side, but I'll leave it off. I'll focus. Get zoned in here. I'll play some people. Try to anyway. Yesterday was a pretty good session. Brought us up to that $1,000 mark. Hopefully we can keep going above and beyond. Do we find some value with the ace 8? I think so. I highly presume he's gonna value bet a 9 himself. So we could go big, because I feel like we have the nuts. But then again, we might just get him to fold too much stuff. I'll go small. I was also thinking of a half pot size, but quite credible. Also, half pot is quite value heavy. We have some decisions now. Gonna check the 5s without a diamond. It's a small factor, but I think it's big enough to. Well, now our ace 10 suited on table 2 is an easy decision. We would have mixed calling and 4 betting for what it's worth. Table 1 with the 5s, the reason I say I'd like to have a diamond, if we do bet flop, it's going to be a loose bet, so I would like to have a diamond to block some of his flush draw continues. And also when we have a diamond, it means when we turn our miracle set, it's not going to complete the flush, so it's our set outs are more valuable, even though there's only 2 of them, but it is a factor. Now we just give it up. We could have bluffed on some rivers, king, ace, queen, whatnot, but just give up the 5s. It does feel like an uncomfortable 3-bet, small blind versus button, 3-bet and 5s, playing a 3-bet pot out of position, but it is a thing. We do want to VPip our 5s. Calling out with a small blind isn't a great strategy. Our hand's going to be pretty face up. It'll be harder to realize equity. I think 3-bet is just the play there. Or fold. Fold could be a fine option as well. think fives, last thing on the fives, I think it is our weakest pair we'll 3-bet from the small blind. I think fours, we're just going to fold small blind versus button open. Unless there's a special character / profile in the big blind, then we can mix in some calls, do some funky stuff. Or if button's super wide and crazy, we can 3-bet fours in that scenario. Okay, gonna fold the king 4 suited since he's gone so big. Not too sure, but and going to randomize the 10-9. Roll very low. Oh, have a 6 spot off screen. I should have pulled it up. Maybe I can. He just ripped 8s. We'll check raise the. No, we'll check call the 10-9 at this point. We'll check back to king queen. Just wanted to show you that sweet spot on the 162 Pacific Rim. We opened the aces in the cutoff, and it went call, call, big blind, just rip 70 bigs. So yeah, quite nice when you're sitting there with aces. King queen suited on table 1. I think I just want to show down. Very nice river, of course. He bets pot. I think we just fold the ace-9 suited, as sad as it is. I don't think we value raise against this. Wow, he just defends the ace-king. He really should have played that river as a check raise. And I'm going to check raise the 10-9 at this point. Probably should go a little bit smaller. Probably maybe shouldn't have any check raises here at all. It's kind of like I'm getting a little bit stubborn here, to be honest. Now without a club, I'm just going to shut down. We do generate some folds on the turn. But yeah, we're going to give up now. Expect him to have enough club combos and trip 7s and stuff. The king queen, we will go for the bet. We have a weaker player in the small blind, or the king 8, sorry. 6-5 suited, we 3-bet small blind versus button, and we get 4-bet. This is a fine hand to peel. We're not going to be dominated. Whoops, sorry about that. Not going to be dominated so much. It's a pretty good hand to crack the aces and kings of the world. The king 8 off is now really uncomfortable. Regretting not checking. I think with the king of diamonds I'll continue, and also a factor of people spazzing out versus small sizes, but not even sure how true that is. Yeah, we'll fold now. 6-5 suited on table 3. If he just jams turn, population doesn't really like to just rip in their ace king ace queen here. I don't think so. I can have trip 8s. I can have pocket 6s and pocket 7s that won't fold. I just give him credit here on table 3. Maybe he's got jacks and queens that doesn't want to give a free card away. But then again, his monsters really should bet the turn small. He's German. Yeah. It's a big 4-bet as well. Oh, you know, I wish I had another minute to think about that, because there's a lot of things to think about there. His big 4-bet is a little weak and a little ace-king heavy. His turn jam is also a little bit weak, because I think the way to play aces and kings there is to bet small on the turn and just to rope your opponent in a little bit more than he did. But when we do have the best hand there, I expect to see diamond combos and hands with like 2 overs, flush draws, tons of equity, so definitely not a criminal fold. We did have a gut shot ourselves. I think overall we're just going to be in bad shape there. 10-9 is interesting, as it is a strong straight draw, but less so on the monotone. We will continue. Turning our straight, which is nice. Let's see what imposition does. I think the jack 6 suited. I think we're going to check river now and bluff catch against his like random. Oh, he's got to have some really random stuff. We got to be talking like ace 5 of clubs, pocket 6s without or pocket 7s without a spade and stuff. It will be hard to find bluffs. Hopefully we just win and he checks back something. 5s with a spade. Okay, nice answer. Don't expect him to be value betting that. Okay, bit of a rough one today. The pool is looking okay. Usually it's a bit better at this time. to be honest. Here on table 1 we got reg behind us, not what you're looking for when it's 6:30 a.m. back home. Another reg here on the button like that, yeah. Tens on the button table 1, open it up. Gonna continue with the ace-8. I'm gonna go half pot on the 8-4-4. We have a pretty solid range advantage here. We've got all the overpairs he hasn't. If I had ace 10 off plus here, I might try and go for a sneaky value bet. I think ace 8's a little too weak. It would be cool to see him like bet absolutely massive here, as it's another spot where he in position on table 3 is the overpair advantage. Repping quads would be really cool, but we're probably going to check raise trips on the flop. I'm going to call this. I just expect him, if he's got 7s or 8s, I expect him to bet the turn again. I'd also expect him to bet the turn with that. But he got us, nice answer. Another factor is if he does have a hand like queens or kings, I expect him to just go bigger. Okay. Queen jack will actually fold. An ace 9 versus a fish who's just called a small blind. I don't even want to start bluffing. Queen jack 5 is a very like connected board. It really hits his small blind flat range, you know. It's actually a leak of mine that I've been working on, is that I really bet a lot of queen high and jack high boards when my opponent's range is just like queen x and jack x heavy, like so queen x and jack x heavy. You really have to be aware when the board just smashes your opponent's range, you know. Yeah, table 2, 9-8 suited, very standard 3-bet. Looks like we could be getting 4-bet, we don't. Ace-8 off, probably fold first in the cutoff anyway on table 3. Let's get this session on track, boys and girls. Still plenty of hands to play. It's been a rough start. Decisions have not been perfect. Haven't really seen any mistakes from opponents. Haven't seen much money lying around, to be honest with you. Okay. Seven deuce versus a button min. I think I guess we call versus a min raise. The min raise is interesting on the button. It's not really a thing regs do, min raising on the button 100 bigs deep in cash, but it is effective. It is effective. He loses less when he has to open and fold to a 3-bet. He makes the big blind defend uncomfortable hands like so. Lagging out here. The dream. The absolute dream. Whoops. I'm back. Really sorry about that. Had to turn off the internet on a couple of other devices. I don't know why it's bad. It's a good day outside. It's good internet. I did have someone ringing me. Maybe that was it. Anywho, try and zone back in here. Felt like I was getting a bit of traction there before that little disconnect. Okay, okay. But I guess it's good. You get to see firsthand some of the struggles of a poker professional. Sometimes you get disconnected when you're playing. When you're watching Netflix and you get disconnected, it's annoying, but you know, is it really a big deal? Okay, king deuce suited, just gonna pure call. Flop some backdoor stuff. Not much though. Probably will continue versus smaller sizes. That's right on the line, like yeah, we call. Backdoor flush draw, 1 overcard, backdoor straight draw. Position. Just think we continue. Yeah, take it away, sir. I think this JC Taylor guy's a reg at this point. See him a lot. 10-4 suited, I think it's just a fold on the button. King Jack will open that up, table 1. With our gutter ball on table 3, we'll continue. Also, he's like sized down in a weird way, which I think means we just lose now because he's kind of gone face up. He wants to get value from his 1 pair or whatever. This is interesting though. We do have a like somewhat decent bluff catch candidate. We block Jack 10. We don't have any clubs in our hand. He blocks on 2 pairs with the 5. He blocked a set of 5s. Yeah, I don't buy it now. If he bets smaller under it, the fact that he like that weak turn size combined with the big river size, it got me to make the call last second. Got him. And my logic there, to just go a little bit deeper into it, into what I'm saying about his weak turn size combined with the big river size. When he bets big on the river, he's saying, I've got a big hand, right? We're going to continue the ace king, it's sad, but we've got the ace of spades, 2 overs, backdoor straight draw. He bet like 60% on the turn. If he really is a big hand, I really think he's gonna. There's straight draws and flush draws out there. King, queen, 9. Like, just bet bigger on the turn if you're really trying to sell your story. And he didn't sell it too well with his weak turn size. Although, at the time, his weak turn size, I thought it was like weak value. That it just didn't want me to fold, getting value from 1 pair. But then when he bets big on the river, his story just doesn't add up. Yeah, don't know why I'm taking so long with ace king here. We are ahead of a lot of draws, but just can't do much there. Also, having the ace of spades ourselves blocks his nut flush draws that are taking the aggressive line. So it means he's more likely to just have a made hand himself. King queen, we will open or 3-bet Andy if he opens. King 8, just start showing it down. Uh, 6-5 suited. Yeah, okay. We were going to make a loose 3-bet there. Small blind versus a hijack. Thankfully, somebody else got involved, so we didn't have to punt. Yeah, I'm just not going to continue with the king 8. I'd rather something like king 5 or king 10 that has backdoor straight draws. That can like the backdoor straight draws aren't just a factor because, oh, we can hit a straight by the river. It's because our hand plays better on turns. We can check raise turns. We can at least check call turns. We can do some stuff. Having draws isn't just good for like getting there. It's good so our hand plays better. We can take more aggressive lines. We can continue more. That's where the real value of draws comes from, I think. Here we'll just min bet versus a weaker player and check back turn on table 1. Going for a nasty old 4-bet on our tourney. King queen off. we're going to randomize this, do a little bit of 4-betting above 750. Had to check if the randomizer was at 1 to 1,000 there, because it rolled so low twice. I'm going to 3-bet the 8-9 suited table 1. Yeah, rolled super low with the king queen off, just going to fold. I'm not sure it's a pure continue. We're really deep with an offsuit hand. It's not a really, it's not an appetizing prospect, right? When you got 60 bigs in the middle, you have no flush draw, you have some weak pair and gut shot out of position. These offsuit hands really don't go down well when super deep. But we do call sometimes there with the king queen, and we do 4-bet sometimes. Well, I do anyway. Probably fold a quarter at a time with the king queen and 4-bet a quarter at a time, and then just call half the time. Just to give you that full breakdown. Here with the jack 8, got the nuts basically. Gonna go big. Just wondering if I want to go 2/3 or maybe even closer to pot. I think even bigger like is better here, because 10x might be indifferent. I know that spades and draws and combo draws are going to be indifferent to like pot and 2/3. They're going to be a lot happier with 2/3. It's going to be a much easier call, but even if we go like pot, they're still going to call, just be a little bit less comfortable. And so I think bigger there with the jack 8 makes sense. Especially the fact that when we have bluffs, we're probably just going to overbet, you know, after button checks back to flop and then small blind checks the turn, which is now his second check. Two pretty weak ranges there when we had the jack 8, so you want to bet big versus weak ranges, right? Because that's what your bluffs want to do. Here with the 7s, we're 3-betting on table 3, super standard. Going to peel a 4-bet, and you know what we're looking for. We're not looking for love. We're not looking for a good time. We're not looking for a friend. We're looking for a 7. Second pair, some backdoor straight draw stuff does complicate the hand a little bit. Ace, king, queen would have been nearly pleased me more, because we have to continue here. But it's fine. He's gonna these positions. We're gonna see a decent amount of 4-bet bluff, so I wouldn't be too afraid just yet. We do turn the gutter ball, and he should be afraid. We've got 8s, 6s, 4s ourselves. On table 2, the 7 is quite a bad card. It's like pairs up a lot of his bluffs and completes jack 8, and we only really beat like queen 8, queen jack. Now the question is on table 3, do we check back, which seems like the play, but do we bet tiny for protection? It's such a disaster, right? If I think I like betting tiny, and then we can. I like betting 1/4, I think, because then we can fold to jams and be comfortable folding our hand. Oh, right, we're going to check it back. We're going to check it back. We just don't get value. Like, it's only, if the only reason we're betting is for protection, it seems a little bit reachy. So yeah, we'll check back. Really nice river, of course. Versus another check, we're going to be very confident we have the best hand, but we will not value bet. Yeah, open and peel the 7-6 suited versus a 3-bet on table 2, super standard. He jams. I like his line now at this point. I might fucking call though, excuse my language. Again, I kind of expect him to like bet the turn small with queens through aces. Yeah, we're gonna call and just expect to see ace king, ace 5. Will he bet ace 5 on the turn? We're calling. He's got kings. He just wrecked us. We fucking wasted all our time bank earlier in the hand. It's just how I play the kings there. We're disconnecting again. And we're back. Yeah, if I've got oh shit, I want to bluff the 7-6 now. I can't because we timed out and disconnected. This would be a nice bluff because we're at the bottom of our range and it's hard to find bluffs. But now we're just going to let him win with whatever. Tempted to check raise now at this point, but I don't like playing hands weird ways just because I timed out, you know. So just fold at this point. Yeah, the kings we call down with sevens. It's like if we fold sevens there, we're just folding too much stuff. We're just like playing the hand too weak. We're just basically folding everything. We're not going to have much Jack X. Jack X. We will have Jack X, but our Jack X is going to bet the turn sometimes. When we check back the turn after calling the small flop size, our strongest hands is like what we had, like pocket sevens and stuff. Maybe some Jack X. Maybe we're fine just to call the Jack X as we block a set of jacks, which is like a hand that would bet check. Bet. Gonna check back the king, ace king. Yeah, and really expecting the dude to just, we're gonna call the sixes here with weaker players in the blinds. Really expect them to just bet turn small. Like he gets value from my 8-7 suiteds, my sevens, all my pairs plus gut shots, my pocket nines, my Jack X. He just bets small in the turn. He gets so much value. And the board isn't even that wet. It's not like he's afraid to bet the turn because there's so many bad rivers. But he's just being balanced. Like he's just being balanced. He's balancing his lines. He played it like he has ace king. A lot of people will have ace king when they take that line. But this is why you want to mix it up and be balanced. Because you trick people, you're harder to play against. Kudos to him with the kings. But yeah, I feel like even when I get that spot again, I'm probably going to call down my sevens. Well, actually, I'm probably going to bet turn small. We could have bet turn very small with the sevens and then check back river. And if he jammed on turn, we could feel quite comfortable because it's very unlikely people are going to check jam the ace king, ace queen on the turn when we bet small with the sevens, right? This is really weird. We river a boat. We are going to raise and we're probably going to fold to like a jam. Expect him to have like a nut king of diamonds or ace of diamonds here, some bluffs. Also some pocket nines, pocket jacks. I don't know, it's a weird one. Definitely a bit of an off day today, lads, but it happens. It's good that you see the good and the bad. Versus half pot, folding the ace four is a little bit weak. With our backdoor straight jaws and over. I just wasn't feeling up for the fight with that ace four there. Let's see what he paid us off with. It was ace 10 offsuit with the ace of diamonds. So he did have the nut flush. It's unfortunate for him. Sixes is like one of the only boats we can have as we check down. But yeah, it's good that you see the good days and the bad days, because some days are rough in this profession. Made some bad decisions today. Our opponents are playing quite well today. We got disconnected a couple of times. They're the struggles. But really, in all seriousness, I do love my job. 8's on table, 3. We get check min raised. Weird, just going to call the min raise, and now we're going to check back the turn. Expect to see a queen quite often here. In fact, I expect to see a queen so often that I might just fold, even though he's... when people play this, when people do the weird stuff like this, they also show up with weird stuff. So I guess we just call, giving him the goofy factor. Okay, he just had the bazookas, fair play. King 9, we're not going anywhere with our backdoor straight draws and 2 overs. Jack 8 off. I guess we'll just fold. We got a couple of regs there in the big blind. Or in the blinds. We'll call the queen 8, fold the king queen now, and we'll check back the queen 8 in the flop if given the opportunity. Probably he's going to bet 1/3 on this board a lot. Yeah, calling. Very standard, very easy choice. King 10 suited on table 3. King, queen 8 table 1s. It's just a bit too thin to get value on the turn. King 10 suited. Going to 4-bet this one. Folding the queen jack. And I guess 3/4 with the queen now on the river. We can't overdo it as it's hard for us to have bluffs. He's just going to fold too much if we start to overbet. Sad to get 5-bet jammed on with the king 10 suited. Ace-7 will check back, try and realize our equity. Good fold by the reg versus our trips. See, they're playing good today. They're on point. Ace-7 will just try and take it to showdown. We'll min bet the river if he checks again, and just call this, of course. He does have trips. Never going to fold ace high there on that texture versus that size. Here we actually have a sneaky double gutter with the jack 8. Oh, there's our friend Nick. Sad that we're ending the video. Nick's a sick player. It'd be very fun to play some spots against him on video. There's a Nick Marchington, bot 35. You see him there on table 3. Legendary dude. He's done a lot in poker and he's still very young. He plays everything basically. I'm going to start raising the jack 8 now. As small turn size. I just want to punish it. We haven't really improved too much on the turn. It's probably a bad play on jack 8. Just going to table 3. This jack 8 suit is probably just a bad play. Just go straight ahead and say it. We don't really rep much on the turn. It's still his board. It's like what we now improve to some 2-pair with the 7. We're going to have to follow through in the river. But we'll do it with a size that can fold out non-ace X. He just has a weak... Oh, he river 2-pair. Yeah, that was a spew. That was a spew, ladies and gents. We got a little bit too excited over our 8 outs of equity. We thought we could raise it up on the turn, maybe get him to fold on the turn, maybe get him to fold on the river. But our line wasn't very credible. And once he bets small on the turn, that's weak. But once he calls a raise on the turn after betting small, he's basically got ace X a lot, right? So it's just very hard to... We'll bluff the queen 5. We don't need to go huge. I feel like this one's going to get through. Unless he's got a straight himself. Okay, nice. Yeah. Bit of a rough one. It happens. Ace 5 will just fold. The jack 8, it was actually... It shows how when you're having an off day, it starts to compound on ourselves. I was being a little bit self-critical, saying, oh, we've made some bad decisions today, blah, 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 blah. And we have, but they were quite like minor, kind of marginal ones. That jack 8 there was just a straight blunder. We were getting a really good price in position on the turn when, in theory, our range just likes to call turn pure, basically. And we just deviated from what the norm is, just to like inflate the pot with some like double gutter. Didn't like that play at all. But a testament to the fact that when you're having an off day, when you're not feeling it, kind of one thing leads to another. It nearly snowballs, you know, like a negative snowball. Anyway, we'll sit out next blinds, see what the damage is. Hopefully there's still some entertainment value in this video. I mean, got a bit of a beatdown. But as I said, it's good to see the raw footage and to see what goes down. This is just a showcase of a Zoom grinder, basically. Even though I'm not a full-time Zoom grinder, this little video series is just a 1-2 Zoom project. See if we can make some solid profit over how many episodes, how many days. And we're going to have days worse than this, I'm sure. Queen 10 suited. We'll 3-bet this if cutoff doesn't get involved. If cutoff calls, we'll still squeeze. Nick could come in for the cold 4 here very easily. He does. I think the Queen 10 suited is a one we can fold. Don't think I want a pure fold one. I think ranges are a little bit wider here. We do roll high. Okay, we're going to peel this time. I think it's a low frequency peel, right? We're in position with a suited Broadway. It is one of the weakest ones though, Queen 10 suited. Maybe our hand's just pure folding. We are getting a decent price in position though with a suited Broadway, so. I don't think we want to jam for protection. I don't think so, although maybe we could. I think we will actually when we unblock hearts and stuff. Good luck. Donation to Nick. Looks like he's got the ace king, ace queen, cold 4, maybe a king queen suited cold 4, and he's finding a fold. Or he's just got 47 tables and he's got aces on this one. Okay, nice. Sorry Nick if you're watching that. Maybe we played it a little loose pre-flop, but we 50-50'd it. We randomized it. We were going to fold half the time. Maybe we should be folding to that 4-bet a little bit more than half the time, who knows. But a nice pickup to end the session. And there we are, sitting out everywhere. Dun 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 dun. Results please. These are not refreshed yet. So after our first 6 sessions, we got the balance, the total yearly profit for 1-2 Zoom up to $1,000. After a rough session today, and let's be honest, a pretty dodgy performance by ourselves. Oof. We got smashed. Lost 5 hundo. Had a big session yesterday, had a big old losing session today. It happens. Got to get back on the saddle tomorrow. Just going to try and have a big weekend. Get some momentum going for Sunday. Bang out a big tourney session. Yeah, that's all. Subscribe if you want to see more content, more cash stuff. Some tourney stuff could be coming up in the future. Cheers for watching. Get down the comments, give some feedback. Let me know if this was the most depressing video of all time. Let me know if you thought it was alright. Be honest with me. See you next time, folks.